So Dean Thomas is under scrutiny for the MMA world as he threw Gillian Robertson under the bus after her title fight loss to Mackenzie Dern at the weekend. Sean Strickland, where is it? Sean Strickland weighs in on the situation. Dean Thomas has apologized, but let's not forget what Gillian Robertson had to say about Dean Thomas before the fight. This was their belt in her own words. But we're going to start with this. We have a lot to discuss in today's video, so buckle up. This is going to be a good one. Very excited to make this. Like, subscribe, and all that good shit. I have loads of announcements coming on this channel in the next couple of weeks. I'm very busy with some stuff. That's why I haven't been daily uploading. I was for fucking like 2 years, but we're here now. But to give it a little bit of context here, Gillian Robertson had just lost to Mackenzie Dern. Dean Thomas was in the corner, and as Colby Covington once said, Dean Thomas is nothing but Tyrone Woodley's like water boy or something like that. He was doing it for Gillian Robertson. This is what he had to say after she lost the title shot.
To do this until I took Gillian as far as she could go. I think that might be as far as she can go, and I am officially retiring from cornering fighters tonight.
Wow.
Yes.
You're doing the Matt Serra.
I'm doing the Matt Serra. I am no longer cornering fighters.
So Dean Thomas abandons Gillian Robertson the second she loses. Listen what he said there at the very start.
Hiring from cornering.
Listen,
I think that might be as far as she can go, and
I think that might be as far as she can go. So fighting for a UFC world title is as far as they can go. That's pretty fucking far. Yes, Mackenzie Dern clearly won. Absolutely no doubt. But to fight for a world title is insane. And to abandon someone just as they get there is a fucking low move. And I couldn't agree more with Sean Strickland. We're going to get to what Sean Strickland has to say, but let's play the rest of this clip. And apologies if I do stop the clip at any moment. It is a breakdown. Some people get really pissed at me for that, but it is a breakdown.
I am officially retiring from cornering fighters tonight.
Wow.
Yes.
You're doing the Matt Serra.
I'm doing the Matt Serra. I am no longer cornering fighters.
Can we not decide this the night of? Maybe you need time to sit on this?
And that's so important from Chris Weidman. He's saying, maybe you need a little bit of time here. You know, don't be rushing into anything. Emotions are high. Maybe you're frustrated that Gillian Robertson can go for a little bit more. Maybe you're just annoyed that she lost. Maybe don't make such a big decision right away.
Been sitting on that, and I'm telling you now that that's what I'm doing.
That's breaking news.
Why?
It's just, I told myself that I would do this with her. I would see her journey out and take her as far as I think she can go. And this might be as far as she can go.
But Dean, so you have so many great fighters that you work with. You know, like you're gonna still.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I've been on her journey, and as soon as she gets to just about the top, he just abandons her when she loses. Snaky shit from Dean Thomas, man.
Work with them, but it's not.
I'm the host of Deep Waters now.
That's true. That's true. You are big time.
You know what I enjoy about you in the corner, though? You talk different in the corner.
I talk different.
Yes, you do.
Well, I'm a thug too.
Yeah, the gangster comes
We
out.
get the polished up version up here.
Yeah.
Well, Dean, you've been an amazing coach. If this really is the end of your coaching journey, and
well, I'll still work with guys. It's just
you just don't want to go down there and do all that. Yeah, okay, that's fair to me.
What is it about the cornering that is the one thing that you don't want?
Stress.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of work. You got to be there all week. And again, like I've been slowly telling you, like I don't cut weight with them, and it's not fair to them. They need somebody who's going to really put that type of work in with them.
Now, keep everything Dean Thomas just said in the back of your mind. This is what Gillian Robertson had to say about Dean Thomas, which makes it so much worse when you hear this. So much worse.
It's been since I was 15 years old, Dean and I have been working together. So I think it's really is our belt more than anything else. He's
our belt. He
molded me into the fighter that I am today.
And he just fails the second she loses. I'll play the clip out.
So it would mean the world for me to be able to win that for us.
I think that might be as far as she can go.
And look at Dean Thomas's whole clip. Where is it? There we go. Look at Dean Thomas's whole clip. A big smile on his face. No frustration, no anger, no sadness. Your fighter just lost. She's saying it would mean the world to you. She's saying you were a mentor. She's saying all this. And look at Dean Thomas. Smiling. That's as far as I can take her, guys. Yeah, you fucking take her, bro. No problem, dude. Here's the fucking thing about Dean Thomas, you guys. Bullshit move from Dean Thomas here. fucking pussy behavior if we're just being honest with ourselves. Leaving your fighter, going on television to say it in your big suit as she just lost. Why aren't you with her? Why aren't you condoning her? She didn't achieve her dreams. UFC fighters are in the sport to win the UFC title. And the second Gillian Robertson loses to Mackenzie Dern, he just bails, and here he is smiling. I'm done, guys. I had a great run. Me. Making it all about himself. Sean Strickland. Dean Thomas is such a fucking C-word. I've had my ass kicked in multiple weight classes throughout my career and won world titles. You're a dickhead. It's probably better you retire. You're a shit coach. You only lose when you quit. Dean Thomas sounds like a fucking loser. I don't disagree. Now, Dean Thomas obviously does come out and say that, but my big gripe is we see here Dean's all laugh and smiley. I don't think Dean... Now, Mackenzie Dern did reply to this as well, but the clip is just way too long. Dean Thomas is laughing smiley. Would he have had this same energy if the backlash was, oh, good luck, Dean. We love you, Dean. We can't wait to see you in the deep waters, Dean. Why can't good podcast hosts in MMA just stay out of trouble? Rampage and the Jackson podcast? That shit was fire. The greatest co-host of all time. That shit was unreal. Now, the deep waters, and I love the deep waters. I love the deep waters, bro. But let's see what Dean Thomas has to say.
We know how this is. It's an emotional roller coaster. You're dealing with the same insecurities, the same highs and lows.
But it's just not the corner, it's everything leading up.
Everything leading up to it. Everything leading up to it. You have to deal with all that stuff. And it's an emotional roller coaster. And I've been very vocal about this, that it's not my favorite thing to do. I've tried to quit time and time before. I thought when Tyron Woodley got knocked out by Jake Paul, I was like, yo, it's my last time doing this.
I remember you.
Yeah, my last time doing this. I'm not.
Funny you didn't go on live TV with a big smile and say all this. Why'd you keep that one behind closed doors? What's going on there?
Doing this no more.
Keep missing the fucking clip.
But I took on Gillian. And I have to say, Saturday night was the most inappropriate time for me to bring up the fact that I did not want a corner again. It was completely irresponsible. It was despicable. I shouldn't have done it. I should have waited till maybe even today. I should have waited till a different time than take away her moment. Now, this is a young lady that I've worked with for her entire career. The last 7 years, it's just been me and her working endlessly, just together, traveling,
that's why
working together.
Back home doesn't see,
right?
Know. Yeah.
They don't understand it.
We saw clearly here him laughing and smiling though, Masvidal. We're not denying that Dean Thomas hasn't been there. She said it. She was there. He was there since she was 15. But to throw her under the bus, her performance, because Dean Thomas saying this on live TV makes it look like it was a bad performance from Gillian Robertson, which it was. And then your corner man comes up there and says, I'm retiring. That's an even worse look for her. But Dean Thomas didn't care. Dean Thomas didn't give a fuck about what she thought or felt or needed in that moment. Yes, he was there through her career, but at the worst moment possible, you see who your friends are. And Dean Thomas sold her down the fucking river. You know, and he can sit there and say it's despicable and stuff like that. No, I don't want to restart my, computer. He could say it's despicable and stuff like that. You weren't saying that in this clip, man. Your big smiley fucking face in a suit just says your fighter lost. Who you have been with since they were 15 years old. You wanted to make it about you. That's all. If you didn't get backlash, you would have been making jokes about this. You would have said, I wish I retired sooner, guys. But you said there, the Tyron Woodley one, you didn't do a public announcement for that. But Gillian Robertson gets the public announcement.
Been working endlessly time and time again together. And I remember her coming to me crying, I just would like to win 2 in a row, 3 in a row. And she went on this amazing run. She's broken records. And I selfishly stole her moment that night. And instead of congratulating her on her run, I stole her moment. And I want to apologize to her for that because I stole her moment. and I was completely wrong. I'm ashamed. I'm embarrassed. But I'm not too big to say I'm sorry. And for her, Gillian, I love you. I got your back. I've always had your back. This is not the end. I've always had your back. And I want you to know that I'm always here for you. I'm always going to support you. And whatever you need, I'm always here for you the same way I've been for you for the last 7 years when it was just us.
It was just us. You're saying all this on live TV, man. Live TV, you're saying all this. Why didn't you just say, you know, me and Gillian spoke. She knows what's up. She knows I'm there for her. We had a great conversation in private. Instead of going on that, which, listen, Dean Thomas does take a lot of accountability. He says, I'm embarrassed and all this. But that bit at the end where he's like, oh, you know, I'm always here for you and stuff like that, just like it was. And I've always had your back. I will always have your back. She's not there. It's fucking Chris Weidman, Poirier, and Masvidal that are there. Why didn't you just say, did you have this conversation? Oh, or maybe she doesn't want to speak to you because you threw her under the bus. Dean Thomas does say that, though. So you got to give him credit there. He is holding his hands up, but just not in the way I think is genuine, to be honest. Sitting there and saying in front of a camera is one thing, but sitting and saying in front of her face is another thing. And I didn't see Dean Thomas do that. Maybe he did, but I feel like if he did, he probably would have sat there and said, we had a conversation, she knows I'm there for her, instead of just directly saying it to them in the camera. What do we think about this whole situation, man? It's a bit of a disaster. Colby Covington is licking his lips right now. Just don't leave your fighter the second that they lose. Like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.